let me tell you, this isn't just a book about animals. Not even close. It's a journey into the brilliant, chaotic, and totally revolutionary mind of a 9th century scholar who honestly changed how we think about the world itself. This quote, it's pure Al-Jahiz. It just perfectly captures the spirit of the guy, this restless, endlessly curious man who simply could not stop observing, questioning, and connecting the dots on the world all around him.
And this is his masterpiece, Kitab al-Hayawan, or the Book of Animals. I mean, just look at it. It's this massive 7-volume work from over 1,200 years ago. But, and this is a big but, you should never, ever judge this book by its cover. Or, as you're about to see, its title.
Okay, so to really get the book, we first have to get the man behind it. Who was this master collector of knowledge, stories, and wild ideas? So, I want you to picture this. It's the 9th century, and you're in Baghdad. This place isn't just a city. It is the intellectual capital of the entire world. It's the beating heart of the Islamic Golden Age, this incredible place where Greek philosophy, Persian literature, and Arab science are all crashing into each other. This is the world that made Al-Jahiz. All right, let's get back to the book. He called it the Book of Animals, but I'm telling you, that title might just be one of the biggest understatements in all of literary history. It is so much more than just a list of animals. Which, makes you ask the obvious question. If it's not really about animals, what on earth did he spend 7 whole volumes writing about? Well, when you actually break it down, you see something incredible. Yeah, the zoology, the actual animal stuff, that's only about a quarter of the whole thing. The rest is this wild mix of philosophy, theology, poetry, and really sharp social commentary. You see, for Al-Jahiz, animals weren't really the subject. They were just the starting point for talking about, well, everything. And this right here, this is where things get truly fascinating. Because the most revolutionary part of this entire book isn't what Al-Jahiz knew, it's how he thought. Okay, let's take something like the nature of fire. For centuries, the accepted wisdom straight from Aristotle was that fire was a basic element, a thing all by itself. But Al-Jahiz just looked at the world and said, hold on a second. He argued that fire can't exist on its own. It needs fuel to burn, right? So it's not a substance, it's a process. He's using simple, direct observation to challenge one of the greatest minds in history. And this is his signature move, his method. It's brilliant. First, he lays out what everyone believes, the accepted theory. Then, he just systematically takes it apart with real-world examples, with stories, with observations. And finally, he builds his own new argument from the ground up, using logic and evidence. It's like this powerful engine for critical thinking. Of course, to make all these arguments, Al-Jahiz needed his evidence. And that meant collecting every single fact, story, and piece of folklore he could possibly find about the animal kingdom. So let's take a quick tour through the weird and wonderful menagerie he put together. Take scorpions, for example. Al-Jahiz collected everything he heard about them. The common belief that they had this natural hatred for geckos, the strange bit of folklore that if you held a scorpion in your palm, it was powerless to sting you. For him, it was all data, observable facts and popular superstitions, all mixed together. Or get this little fact he recorded, the widespread belief that a sparrow's lifespan was exactly 1 year. It's such a tiny detail, but it's a perfect snapshot of the kind of accepted wisdom he was so determined to poke holes in. He was also completely fascinated by the idea of natural rivalries. He saw the world as this complex web of relationships, including these built-in conflicts. The donkey and the wolf, the cat and the mouse. To Al-Jahiz, these weren't just random fights. They were part of the very structure of the natural world. And you have to love this one. He writes about the king of rats and relays this idea that when a person walks into a room, the rats scatter, not because they're afraid, but out of a sense of decorum and respect for their leader. It just shows you how much he delighted in a good story, not just a hard fact. Okay, so let's put it all together. What's the big takeaway? Why should a quirky, 1,200-year-old encyclopedia of everything still matter to us today? It all comes down to this, what we can call the Jahizian method. It's an entire approach to knowledge that's founded on 3 pillars. First, start with doubt. Second, rely on actual evidence from the real world. And third, have the creativity to connect subjects that seem to have absolutely nothing in common. And this is the big one.
this relentless questioning, this demand for real proof over just accepting what you're told, this was a clear and direct forerunner to the modern scientific method. He was basically practicing a form of science centuries before the European Renaissance even got going.
Which leaves us with a final, pretty provocative question, doesn't it? Al-Jahiz took aim at the obvious truths of his day. So what about ours? What are the bedrock assumptions we all live by today that are going to look just as strange to people 1,200 years from now as the one-year lifespan of a sparrow?